Now before we start painting, we need to clean the surface. There'll be some residue from the mould on there, so I'm just going to use soap and water and give the latex a bit of a scrub. I've already trimmed up the edges. So just soap and water, wash it off. You can see it's left really clean, very translucent. Now I'm going to place this back on the face armature and get ready to paint. So the first step is to kind of prime the surface. So I'm going to just use Pro Key adhesive on its own. I'm going to brush that over the entire mask and dry that with a hairdryer. Now you know it's dry because the whiteness goes and it goes clear, and we're back to this lovely amber colour of the mask. Now the first layer of paint I'm going to do is a mixture of acrylic paint and the Pro Key adhesive. This is going to make what we call a PAX paint. Now you can buy pre-made PAX paints, or you can make this kind of cheaper version, which is just using off-the-shelf artists' acrylic paints mixed with the Pro Key colour. Now I'm using buff titanium here. I'm going to cover the whole thing with a coat. I'm going to dry it, maybe do a second layer, and I'm going to add a bit of warmer colour to it, so I'm just bringing it up. And then the next thing I'm going to do is add warmth to the whole thing. So I'm going to take a red and make a bit of a wash, and I'm going to wash that in. I want this to kind of settle into all the nooks and crannies, all the corners, to make a bit of warmth in all the deep areas. Now I'm drying with the hairdryer between all the layers. Once I've got my warm layer, I can start bringing up the flesh tone again. So I'm using my buff titanium and another kind of warm brick red colour. Now once I've got this kind of base down, I'm going to switch to using alcohol colours. So these are my regular key colour palettes, or the European Body Art Endura palettes. So I'm using isopropyl alcohol, and I'm just going to apply this in different ways. I'll flick colours, I'll use brushes, and just bring up all the details, all the little features, add spattering on kind of little freckles of colour, bit of beard colour, and then build up some of the detail into the wounds and all the nice forms on the right side of the face, just to pick out the detail. So once I've built up all my layers of colour, got a lot of detail on with the alcohol colours, I'm just going to go back and going to finish off that eye with a bit more acrylic paint. Bit of white, black for the pupil. I want to make it look like a cloudy dead eye, so I've just washed over that. Bit of yellow, bit of red, and they'll deliver the final touches. Now the surface might be a bit tacky. We've used the Pro Key to make the PAX, and PAX is tacky when it dries. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the Kryolan fixing spray. And here's the finished mask, a vast improvement.